Alright, changing spark plugs on a 96 Ford Bronco. Spark plug wire set. Engine controls. This is a distributor cap. Not too sure. Spark plug socket, extension, universal joint, long sockets. The long cables and the short cables. Those will need to match up to the appropriate lengths from the distributor cap. Alright, step one, getting to the old distributor cap, removing the existing cord. This is a V8. And replace it with a new one. Always unplug negative terminal for any work. Okay, once you have all your parts ready, the next step is to figure out where all the cables are going to, from the distributor cap to the different pistons. So I'm drawing a diagram here, tracking down, and I'm going to remove the air intakes to the manifold here for better access to see.
Releases the oxygen.
Alright, now we can see where the cables go. This will be much easier tracking everything down. So I numbered these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 going counterclockwise in correspondence to this diagram. No. Once the diagram is complete, go on to step 2, which is taking this apart. Alright, so I'm matching up the new distributor cap to the existing, and you can see this black cap here is in alignment with that one. My numbering is 1 off to the left, but we're going to follow suit with mine and go around counterclockwise. If you don't follow the correct sequence, you're going to mess your car up, so this is pretty important. Just do what I tell you. Okay, so I popped this cap off the side, and the whole distributor cap comes up, as you can see. Okay, so I also decided to write S for small, M for medium, and L for long to correlate the lengths of the cables with what we need to replace, just so we don't have to repiece this together as is. 16 millimeter long socket with U-joint and extension arm. These are going to be the new plugs. Okay, so that just slides right on. Make sure it locks. You can hear it. You hear the crunch. You're there. And then you start rotating and loosen those up. Alright, and with any old car, these are on pretty tight, so I'm going to try jackhammering these out as hard as I can. Okay, so this is spark plug 1's condition. I can get that to focus. As you can see, pretty worn out. The gap is growing, causing issues with the car. So, alright, out with the old, in with the new ones. Got the OEM. Here we go. So I know they make special socket wrench heads that have soft inside so you don't crack it, but we're just going to do this by tightening by hand first and then lightly with the wrench. Alright, so I want to put some WD-40 on these to let them go in faster instead of fighting with it. Okay, now I'm finding for the second spark plug, I'm going to use the spark plug removal tool.
Don't worry, it's self-guiding.
It's too hard to pull with your hands. Okay, so I've taken off the second spark plug. I just wanted to show comparison here, what these two look like. You can see the gap difference. It's about, these are pre-gapped with the new spark plugs. The old ones are completely worn out. I was experiencing a rattling noise with the engine. Hopefully with this fix I won't hear that. Okay, so working away, I'm down at the back fourth spark plug and these are coming right out. Not too difficult. It's the fourth one going in. Alright, so the left side of the engine is a little more difficult more confined working space, but you just work with the socket, no U-joint, you get direct contact with it. For instance, with the limited access on the 6th cylinder, I just had to use the socket without the tool. Alright, the secret to the 8th one is that you need to go underneath with the tool, under the bar. You can see that too well. And then you can pull the plug out. Number 7 coming out now. Alright, so I found actually the 7th and 8th spark plugs are a little bit easier to access from underneath, surprisingly. So I'll go ahead and finish up the last two and get the wires going. Okay, going in with 8th. Again, you got to use the U-joint and the 2-inch extension to really get access to these. But you just slowly work it, and you don't want to over-tighten the plugs once you get them in, just so you can't really turn the wrench. I don't know how many pounds torque, but just so they're secure. Alright, so we're going to replace this, like for like.
He's lying.
Get this done in time so I can get home for cornflakes. Okay, I don't know if the old distributor cap was on backwards, but the black component to the spark thing was on the other side, so we're going to connect it all up how we've diagrammed it, see what happens. And you always want to put the 90-degree end of the wire on the top of the cap, and then the long-angled one into the engine. So now the procedure is pretty straightforward. Just follow your diagram, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3. I'm just putting in the lengths of the cord connected to the distributor cap end first. For example, number 3 is a long cord. So I'll connect that one up next. And when you get these installed, you want to hear that click. You want to get it aligned. Yeah, until you hear that click right there. Connection to the piston.
Just shut real hard.
A little more tricky. Gotta go under that bar and then use the tool. Alright, finishing up the last two. Trying to go in series 1 through 8 on my numbering scheme. I'll put the final middle one in for the rotator cap. It's connected here, which I showed at the very beginning. Just reconnect the hoses here, and then okay, everything's reconnected, tucked out of the way, making sure no tools are left under the hood. Reconnecting the negative terminal, and give it a test run. Right.
Turn it on.
Power. Here we go. Sounds like it's running. Pretty smooth. Let's take a look.
Let's do it.
Does it sound any better? That's that.
Perfect.
Time to run the beast.